Hello everybody, and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Mosby. How are you? I hope your day's going well. Thank you for joining us for what will be, I'm sure, another fantastic show. It's our Craft Along, our award-winning show. I think it was a couple of years ago now, wasn't it, that we won the award for this show? And did we win it 2 years on the trot? I think we did. A one-of-a-kind show, really, because you know here at Crafters TV, we love to educate, we love to give you all of the hints, tips and the ideas. And in all of our shows, we do that with the guys bringing out amazing demonstrations and hints, tips and techniques. Craft-alongs, no different in that fact. The only difference is that we get to do the crafting in real time. So a project done in real time, no skipped steps. So if you have got the collection that we're going to be looking at today, which is the Juniper Frost collection, the next set in the Colour Trends collections, then of course you can craft along with us live right now. You can save this show to craft along at a later date, or indeed if you're saying, well, hang on a minute, Ben, I haven't got the Juniper Frost collection. Well, here's a great thing. You can pick it up in this show. We have the Showstopper option for you as well that we had when we launched this back along, and then you will have this show to come back to when all your goodies arrive. So there are many positives. Many positives. It is not just me. I'm not leading the craft along. That's a little bit out of my jurisdiction. However, I'm delighted to say that one of the best in the business when it comes to craft alongs is here, and she's going to take you through what she's going to be making, plus give you a heads up as to what you are going to need to make the magic happen. It is the one and only, the giggliest person I know, the wonderful Debbie Fisher. How are you? What a project.
I know, yes. We've kept it nice and simple, but we've got lots of techniques. So because that's what these collections are all about. They're about your chance to sort of dabble in mixed media and see what it's all about. So I've tried to use as many of the collection on this card as possible without overloading it. So we're going to be doing an inky background, we're going to be colouring in, we're going to be using the silver pen, the sequins, the glitter glue, and all of that, hopefully within the hour. It will be, honestly, I'm sure. And gilding flakes as well, we're using those. So yeah, we are using quite a lot. So grab yourself your cup of tea. Well, in fact, you should have already got it, but grab yourself a list, and then here's all the what you're going to need for this craft along.
Have a look.
So to get started, obviously, you're going to need the Juniper Frost collection. So the bits that I'm using are the Frosty Winter's Day stamp set, the Yuletide Season die set, the Aurora sequins, the Juniper tricolour brush pen, the Quicksilver metallic marker, the shimmer sprays, which are dusk and soothing green, it's a nice name, the verdigris gilding flakes, the Winter Emerald glitter glue, the Winter Valley tricolour aqua pen as well, and the shimmer ink pad and the duet ink pad that are in this bundle, which are evergreen and your frosted leaves. You need a few extra things that you're going to need, which are your clear sparkle pen, your Flagstone waterproof ink pad, it can be any waterproof ink pad, your white cardstock, a Gemini die cutting machine, a large guillotine, your scoreboard, your magnetic stamping, a platform, your paintbrush, a fine mister spray, your tacky glue, and your red liner tape. But you will also need, which I didn't see on that list, so that could be my mistake, you do need some watercolour cardstock as well. There we go.
Good. Well, we'll give you an opportunity to grab that. If you want to pick up the collection, here it is. I've got it into the board form. You can see on our little display here everything as far as how the hardware looks, but it's easy to probably have a quick look at the board. And now the Showstopper option is available, so I'll take you through that. Just to mention, if you just want individual items from the Juniper Frost, you can do that. If you just want the Juniper Frost collection without the Showstopper elements, of course you can do that too, but that's all on the website. We're concentrating on the Showstopper. This is what you're going to get with the Juniper Frost, a lovely collection of different mixed media items, all beautifully colour matched for you. And this is the thing, you'll have seen the launch of this with Sheena, chatted a lot about the fact that, a lot of people struggle with the colours. Well, we've done all that for you because we've brought you all of the colours that are going to work beautifully as far as your tricolour aqua marker is concerned. So that is that Winter Valley. You've got your Newberry, you've got your Icy Lake and your Moorland. You've also got your tricolour alcohol marker, which is the Juniper, so Coolberry, Violet Night, and then your Winter Purple. You're going to get a metallic paint marker in here as well, so that's your Quicksilver. Down the centre, you've got your embellishment. So you've got a nice big tub of sequins in the Aurora. You've got pearls in the Winter Treasures, and then these beautiful faceted gems in the Winter Night. We're also going to give you a pot of our Winter Emerald glitter glue. Here, you've got your sprays, so you're going to get 2 of your shimmer sprays. This one here is called the Soothing Green, and this one here is Dusk. That's a bit dusk. I tell you what you need on your project, dusk. You're also going to get your glitter paste. So this one is Woodland Magic. This one here is that chunkier glitter paste in the berry basket. Then over this side, you've got 2 ink pads. This is the shimmer ink pad and the evergreen. Beautiful frosted leaves, brand new duet ink pad. And then you've got a pot of glitter, which is the frosted berries, and then your gilding flakes. I'm a big fan of that colour of gilding flakes. The verdigris is absolutely superb. Now, if you've got all of those goodies, you're probably going to want some stencils to be working with, which we can do for you. 3 stencils you're going to get in the set. So you get that beautiful branch, that beautiful foliage branch. You've got your Christmas ornaments there, and then your stars. Also alongside that, you're going to get your embossing folder. So you've got that beautiful juniper branch. Can Sheena use that within the launch if you want to go back and watch that. You've got your Frosty Winter's Day, all those beautiful stamps. So again, the juniper, the holly and ivy, and more baubles and snowflakes and sentiments. And then talking of sentiments, you get the 3 sentiments in die form as well, which we always do in these collections. So this time you've got Joy, Noel and Frosty. The Showstopper option is brilliant because you get all of that, and then for an extra £10 or $20, you get all of these goodies. It's £78 or $94 worth of stuff that you're only paying an extra £10 or $20 for. So you're going to get your pull bows, 15 of those included in different colours. They're really super easy to work with. Look, the absolute business. You're going to get the embossing folder from the 12 Days of Christmas collection, which is the partridge in a pear tree. You've got a stamp and die set. This is brilliant, the Christmas frame stamp and die, which is going to allow you to create this wonderful card. Then you're going to get the festive banner. This is a beautiful stamp and dies, actually. The dies are split, so you can then create this topper or have it cut into either side, maybe on the top of your card if you wanted. You've got our festive scenes of light, that village scenes of light die set, and you're also going to get your winter opulent bauble dies as well. All of that, as I say, would normally cost you $78 or $94. It's an extra 10 or 20 built into that price. The Showstopper is £80 platinum or $120 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. If you are buying this today, spend another $5 and you've got your free shipping. Right, I will shush because we've only got 51 minutes, and Debbie's got, I think you've got quite a bit to do, haven't you?
We have, yes, we have. But it comes together quite quickly, so we have got plenty of time. Famous last words. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is take just a piece of cardstock, and we're going to, it's just our normal card, and I'm going to score this in half. So we're going to make our card blank to start with before we start getting messy. So I'm going to come in at my 6 inches and just one before that, so it's 5 7/8 of an inch. That's going to create my card there. Not that it matters because we're going to trim this one down, to be honest. So we're just going to fold that and burnish. And then we're just going to bring our guillotine in, and I want to trim this down, and we're going to be making a 5 by 7 card blank. Okay. So if you've got a 5 by 7 card blank, you can absolutely use that. You
skip
don't need
this
to
step.
Be making one. Yeah, you can skip this step. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to go at 7 inches and then turn that round to 5 inches.
Do you always make your own cards at home?
Yeah, always, always. Very few times do I use the card blanks, and mainly, Ben, because I forget. I have a shelf full of card blanks in all different sizes, but I just forget to use them. Yeah. So, right. Oh, and then why did I put that away? Because I was talking. Now we're going to bring in some watercolour cardstock. I've actually got some scraps, so I don't want to waste them. So I'm just going to bring these in. So they're only parts of my watercolour cardstock. Okay. And we're going to trim these down. So what we want is a 5 3/4, a 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Okay. So we're going to do 6 3/4. That's 7.
A little bit more.
6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Okay. So that's our first one. And then our next layer, so I'm just bringing in another piece of card, and this one will be our 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. So 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. So we've just come down a 1/4 inch. Yeah. And that's just going to create our little matten layer and that will have just that small edge around the side. Now before I want to try and get all the stuff done, then we can get onto the messy stuff. Let's pop that to the side. Keep some of these offcuts because you can use some of these later. We're going to use the bottom layer, so you've got the smaller piece, which is 4.5 by 6.5. So we're going to use the 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and I'm going to just put some red liner tape around that. So let's just grab that. That's just going to go around our edges. And this is a really nice way, Ben, of just being able to use your gilding flakes, but have a really cool shiny edge underneath your card.
The thickest width red liner tape?
No, we do a 12mm.
Oh, okay.
So this is a 6. We do a 3mm, which is smaller.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we do the 12mm.
If you didn't have that, could you use like a tape pen maybe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything that's sticky really to go around the edges. I mean, you could put a little bit of glue and have it a bit more distressed.
This just makes it neater, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're only just going to see this around the edge. You could, if you wanted to, just put your 3mm, which would probably work as well, because there's only a very small gap around there. But just so I know it gets covered, I'm just working with the 6mm.
It's a lovely colour of gilding flake as well, isn't it?
So nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's really nice. And then with the last one, I always like to just tuck that one under so you know that you've got that going right to that edge. It's just easier than cutting, so pop that underneath. Oh, slippery little sucker.
You slippery sucker.
There we go. And then trim that one. Right, so we've got that one done. And again, we're going to do this first because obviously gilding flakes sort of go all over the place.
Yeah.
So we get this done first, and then that way, and also because we're using our inks and paints, it's going to get our mat sort of a bit sticky. So before we start, we'll get the gilding flakes done. So I'm just going to grab myself a piece of card so we can collect the gilding flakes onto. Now make sure, the best thing you can do is to really make sure that that is burnished down. I've already done that, but I am just going to go round and make sure that's all fully down. And then we can take our tops covering away. And that's our second one. And then our third. Have you used gilding flakes before, Ben?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Oh, that was a very sort of nervous laugh, that was.
Nicola, you must have been on that show. Well, I think I did that. The show that you and I made a card together, Nicola, we used gilding flakes. Yeah, but we used a tape pen around the edge of a card. But there was a show previous, for some reason I was using gilding flakes over this side of the studio, and I put far too many down, and I was covered in it afterwards, like all of my hands, all of my clothes.
Funny.
And no word of a lie, the steering wheel in my car still has gilding flakes on it from that night. It's the sparkliest steering wheel. Well, the trick is to do exactly what Debbie's doing now, and just sort of being a bit more frugal with it, rather than just getting the whole tub and just going, but less is more, isn't it, Debbie? Yeah,
less is more, because as you use your brush, which I don't actually have, to be honest, but I'll just use a sponge, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about getting that. Yes, you do need just something that's going to buff it. But I quite like this one because I don't know why, or whether it's just this type, it has lots of little tiny, look at that. Can you see all those little pieces? And I've never seen gilding wax like that before. It's almost like shredded. And I quite like it. I quite like it. There's sort of bigger chunks, but there's also some shredded pieces.
Bits in it.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, you definitely don't need loads on there. So once you've done that, I'm going to grab myself a little sponge. There's normally one on there, but not today.
It does go to show as well, as Debbie's just showing you there, that you don't need a lot. And then, as you'll see in just a second, as Debbie buffs it, a lot of what is there will go back in the tub, won't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Just be really careful. But look, you can see straight away how that's all going into there. Probably got too much on myself. So let's just go to this
Not
side.
as much as I had on that fateful day.
I'm sure not. I'm trying not to laugh, because if I laugh, air's going to come out and it's going to go everywhere.
No. Debbie just breathed over her shoulder. Yeah. There's a temptation not to breathe when you use gilding flakes, but do continue to breathe.
And I do hold my breath. I'm terrible for holding my breath.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And what I'm doing here, I'll just show you afterwards, is I'm using, can you see this is one of our sponges, fold it in half and use the back of it because it's just like the
the sponge that you get in the kit.
So it works exactly the same.
Yeah.
So they're good, the sponges that you get, but they're not actually needed. Right, so what I'm going to do now, just going to make sure that's all in there. You won't be able to feel any stickiness. And then you've got that amazing, look at that, gorgeous border around. And then all we're going to do with these, Ben, is just pop them back. So you can use this again, pour them all into one place. Someone said the other day, and I still keep forgetting to use it, is your little anti-static bag.
Oh, yes.
Because that would stop it sticking to all the edges and make it a lot easier to go back in the pot. But just shaking that in.
I still remember the fun we had a while back with the anti-static bag. That was a great day, wasn't it, eh? All the mess.
All the mess. It was very messy. That was a good game.
It was a good game when we were doing our summer craft games event back
I mean, it was good because I think it was a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Yes, we were playing that game and I didn't think I was going to be very good.
But you ended up being...
And I ended up being quite good at it.
Yeah. Yes.
It was an over your shoulder throw or toss.
Yes.
Backwards, yes.
You were certainly the best tosser.
That doesn't sound very good, does it?
That's a true story.
I'll take it though, because I was the best tosser.
You were.
Right, so we've got our background done. So that's going to go onto our card like so. So we're going to pop that to the side.
Yep.
And then we're going to take our next piece that we've already cut out. Remember, 4.5 by 6.5. And it's our watercolour cardstock. So we want to do some stamping now, Ben. So I'm going to bring in our stamping platform. So let's just bring this up here and onto our board. So just going to place that like so. And then we're going to bring in this one here. This has got so many just amazing stamps. So, and you can really build these up, be decorative with them. So we're going to start with this one for the corner. And we're going to use this and stamp multiple times. Now, I am still using my stamping platform because I want to make sure that I get a good stamp with it. So I'm going to start first of all at the top here. So just using the branch coming just over, so we've still got room to layer our design up. Let's just pop that one there. So pick that one up, and then we're just gonna, and I only really need that top part, so let me bring in I've got flagstone, I quite like flagstone, and we're just gonna do this on the sort of bottom half because I know the top half is not gonna transfer anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push down in the middle, go to where my stamp is, making sure we've got that stamp. So I can see, can you see there? I don't know why it's missed that completely. Let's go back in, push right down. There we go, we've caught it now. And then I'm gonna sort of wipe this each time because I don't want it to transfer where I don't want it.
Yeah.
And then let me just grab a little bit of kitchen towel. And then we're gonna go again. So bring that away, and then this time we're going to sort of come down more here.
Good thing about this stamping platform, isn't it? If you do have a boo-boo, when it doesn't quite stamp, it's easy to go back in again.
Go back, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of my favourite things.
Is it in your top 3?
It is in my top 3, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love the stamping platform. I do love all our stamping. I even love the rocker blocks. I think they all have a place, but for me, I love precision stamping, and especially, you know, sometimes we have to keep the cost down and have acrylic stamps.
Oh yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with acrylic stamps. It's just that sometimes they don't stamp like here. There's just little bits, and it just means that I've got the confidence to go back in and know that it's going to give that precision stamping each time. If I just miss those parts, let me just go back in with those.
To make sure you get the little springy feet into the wells on the base. Do you remember the craft wars we had a few months back, and I was panicking so much, and I forgot that that's what you're supposed to do. I used it incorrectly.
Very weird. It doesn't want to stamp that bit there.
Is that like a completely new stamp?
Yes. Oh no, I don't think it is. Did Sheena use this? Because it looks like it's got ink on it. Yeah, that bit just doesn't seem to want. And then I'm going to just do a couple more on the edges. Oh, we need to wipe that. So this is just a case of, you can have this however you want it, build it up how you want it to be. You can have little or more, it doesn't have to be loads. You might want to leave it at that. I'm just going to bring another one in here at the bottom just to finish off that corner. And then if you want a touch up with little ones coming in, you can also do that as well. We're just going to have this one like so, and then just stamp that one out. I think it's got something on there. It looks like it's got something. I don't know whether it's glue maybe.
Sheila was definitely more stencily, and did she do something with the embossing folder, I want to say? It was such a long time ago. A couple of weeks back.
That will be fine. I'm not even going to worry about those little bits. That will be absolutely fine. So I'm going to take those ones off, pop that to the side, and then we're going to bring in our baubles. So we're going to stamp, while we've got this here, we're going to stamp as well. So just take them on. I'm also going to wipe my mat so I don't get told off for leaving dirty prints on the mat. Well, that's not mine, that one.
You're the tidiest craft expert out of all of them, Debbie.
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, right mucky pups come in here.
And yet they moan at me when I leave the board sticky. Right, so we're going to pop one up here so it looks like it's coming off of that first branch. So just like so. And then let's stamp that one down. And then stamp that one into place. I love being able to make your own backgrounds.
Yeah.
And when you make your Christmas cards like this, I mean, you could batch make these and just do all your stamping in one go.
That's a really good idea, actually. Yeah, so do all of your card bases. Yeah, do your base with your gilding flakes, then do all your batch stamping. Yeah, that's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah, and then just colour them in afterwards. And then you've got them ready to go. And then we're going to do one down here as well. So just on there. Like so, and stamp that one. Now what I was going to do, I'm not sure if we're going to, we might have time, only because I wanted to do some masking.
Oh yeah.
But that means that we've got to sort of cut our baubles out quite quickly.
We still got that masking tape on the website?
That would be good if we do.
Yeah.
There we go.
Lovely.
Right, so we've got that stamping done. Let's just, I'm going to keep that there actually, because then what we're going to do, let me take this one off. So we've got our background ready. That's going to go to the side. Then we're going to bring in, I'm going to bring in our masket tape.
It is in stock.
Oh, it is in stock. Amazing.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, I don't know what's happened here, but it's not been cut off very well.
Sarah.
I think maybe we could blame Sheena for this.
Sheena, God, yeah.
Do you know what? I think what's happened though, I think because our light's in the studio,
is it kind of
it's gone quite sticky.
Sticky. Lights. Dear, oh
Yeah,
dear,
it's gone
lights.
really sticky on the ends. Mine at home just pulls away, but this one's quite sticky. Should have checked it before, shouldn't I? But I'm literally just going in with me now.
Is that just a temperature of the studio then, is it?
I think so. I think that's exactly what it is. There we go.
Yeah, so providing you're not crafting in a studio, you should be fine.
You'll be fine. Yeah, it's just got really sticky on the edges. But I'm pretty sure, because mine definitely is not like that at home. Right, so let's just, I'm going to cut it as well, because that'll be, I think, allow it to come out easier. In fact, I think we can use that one. So, because you don't need to worry about, all we want is to, let's do that a little bit up there, because it sticks. There we go. And then I'm just going to stamp this one out as well. And this doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to just give this a really quick colour. I'm just going to move that along to there. And we're just going to do that again. In fact, I think I can get away with just doing a second stamp. Yeah, there we go. As long as I've got the outline to cut round. So, There we go. So all we're going to do here is literally.
Oh, yeah, that's the point. How are you going to cut around the? Nicola's saying, how are you going to cut around the string?
Oh, how do you cut around the string? How did I cut around the string?
Carefully.
I've got them here. Where did I put the ones that I've cut round? Let me have a look. Oh! And when you asked me that, I was like, how did I cut round the string? I will show you.
I don't know.
I will show you. You are going to learn something very new. You cut it off.
Of course you do.
Because it's see-through.
Of course you do. You were stringing us along there, weren't you?
When you asked, I was like, oh, what did I do? Good job I kept my templates. But because it's a craft along, I'm not going to be cheeky and use my ones. So we will cut them out. And they don't have to be absolutely perfect. It is just a case of that these are going to mask your baubles. Right, so that's one of them. So we bring that back in. You're just going to place that on top, and that will just cover straight over the top there, like so. So that hides that one. And then we would do exactly the same.
Could you keep these to use again if you're being
yes,
uber
so if I
frugal?
bring mine in, you can see where I've used mine. Put a bit on a bit of acetate.
Oh, that's a good idea. And put it in the pack with the
and then
stamp.
they'll just, I would say they'd reset, and that's been wet with ink, so they still stay sticky. It's really good, the masket tape. Yeah, it's so good, honestly, Ben. I love it. I think it's one of the things we do very, very well.
One of the many things we do.
One of the many things.
Very, very well.
Yes, very well. Yeah, it's very good. But because, it stays sticky, just put it on a bit of acetate and you're good to go. And then you can just keep reusing them. And I know that, so anyone that is crafting along, I know we've had a lot of people that maybe craft along at a later date and do it later because they don't feel so sort of rushed, which I totally understand. You don't have to cut yours out really quick or, have a time limit on it. The great thing is you can actually pause it, cut yours out and then restart it, can't you, when you want to watch the rest. Yeah.
And do, as always, if you do the craft along, you make this project, and you do a card, make sure you tag us if you're going to pop it up on social media so we can see your makes. I think particularly for our guys, it must be lovely for you to see other people that have done a craft along that you've come up with and to see what they've done, whether they've copied it or sort of slightly changed it.
Yeah, I love it so much. It's really nice. And I'm not very good on social media. And sometimes it's like a week later and I was like, oh, who's that post from? It's tagged me in it. And then I'll see it. So, but I did see one the other day, the one I did last week with the frames, or the week before, I've lost track of dates. It was amazing. Someone had made where the little frames with the sentiments in the middle and replicated that. So it was so lovely to see that. Right, we've done all our stamping, so let's start with our inking. So what I am going to bring in to start with, we're going to do the background. I'm not worried about this bit, Ben. We're not worried about masking all of that. It would take too long to do that. And also we're going to colour director here, so that'll be easier to sort of do it with. Now we're going to use the Soothing Green, which is, must be this one. No, it's not. It's the spray, isn't it? The spritzer spray. Soothing Green. I had to think what the names and which ones are because they've all got sort of different names. So we're literally going to give this a shake. You hear the ball bearing in there. So we're going to shake all that shimmer so it makes it all nice and shimmery. And we're literally just going to spray that onto our mat.
Whoa, look
so
at
you
that.
can see it. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, the best thing about that is because it's wet, you don't have to do a lot other than just dip your card straight into this. So literally, we're just going to take this and just put it wherever you sort of want it, really. It doesn't matter where it goes. It's up to you how you want it to spread or how much you want the green. So we're just going to place that on there. And if you want a bit more, we're going to go in with a bit more. You'll get something different every single time. And that's what I'm throwing it away now.
Oh, hello.
That's what you'll, oh, hello.
Oh, hello, just chucking it around.
But that's the sort of thing that you get from these, is just those differences. I'm just going to put a bit more at the top there. And then we're going to dry that. So just grab a piece of cloth or wipe. So you clear up as you go along. And then we're going to dry that one off. So bring in your heat tool.
And that's the key, isn't it, with like a collection like this, is to make sure you're doing your drying in between each layer.
Yeah, definitely. It does make a big difference. You can put them all down at the same time. There is a splodge effect that you can do where you put your same colours down and you get good results. But actually, you get really cool results by doing it in separate bursts as well. So we're just making sure that we do all of this one. Like so, just a few little pieces there. And I love the way that this looks because you get a different result every single time. I'll show my one afterwards and you'll see it, that is different. And then we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to take the dusk.
Dusk.
The dusk.
Nice bit of dusk.
Nice bit of dusk. Don't eat dusk.
No, don't eat dust.
Don't eat dust.
Just spray the dust.
And we're literally, again, I'm just spraying a little bit because I don't need loads of this one. I just want to put it around the edges so you get these sort of pools of purple, like so. So it's up to you. If you want to, you can always put some more down afterwards or add a little bit of water if you just want a little bit more. Actually, I think I'm going to just leave that. I quite like that. So let's just take that. What I would say is don't overthink it, Ben. Just do what you're enjoying because then that way you'll get more out of these products.
Yes.
So again, we're going to dry that one.
I think, like you say, it's one of those things, and it's funny when we had Sheena in back along, you know, she's just sort of talking about the joy of doing mixed media and stuff, and the fact that you don't have to engage the brain so much, because she is not a fan of measuring and having to do things sort of precisely.
Not at all.
And that's the thing with this, isn't it? Like you say, just almost like disengage brain and just play.
Yeah,
because you can't go wrong with this technique, can you?
You can't go wrong, actually.
No,
you get a different effect every time, but you really can't go wrong. No, not at all. Right, once that's dry, we've got now our background. So then when you take these away, you've got your white baubles there. Let's take that one away. And again, what we'll do with that, I'll just place these, I'll move these about so we can fit them all on. And then we can use them. And now, if I wanted to do one that's got 4 baubles on, I've now got my covers to put all of them on.
Yeah.
So pop those to the side. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take our aqua pen. So this is our tricolour aqua. It means it gives us these 3 colours. What I love about this as well is you've got this really lovely brush nib, which gives you a really fine point. So you can actually go in now, Ben, and we can paint directly. Now, it's not something that lots of us do because we're always on our glass mat or we don't think we can sort of use it, but you can absolutely go in because it's only got that fine nib and these branches are really thin. So you don't need to take a paintbrush to them because you've got a paintbrush nib.
Yes.
So I would say don't be worried about using a bit more. Just go in and use the end to give that greenery. And it's a really nice green on here. And you don't have to worry about it all matching because that's the whole idea and concept of these collections is all that work's done for you.
Yeah. Is this a big thing that you love to do generally as well, like mixed media, play?
I never used to, Ben. I'm going to be totally honest. It was completely out of my comfort zone.
Because it was, too overwhelming or?
Well, I don't think I'm particularly good at mixed media. And I still don't think I'm particularly good.
Yeah,
but the difference is now, Ben, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I don't mind making, and also I don't mind making mistakes.
No.
And I do think that watercolouring and mixed media, you can rectify it.
Yeah.
There's always something you can do to make it look better. I never give up anymore. I think when I first started crafting, I used to give up. I think that's no good, throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
And I've really learned over time that never do that because, and don't get me wrong, sometimes there is times where you just keep going and it's never going to look right. And you know that you've got to admit defeat and think, you know what, it's a piece of card, that's going in the bin. But I have learned now that never to look at something firsthand because once you finish, it looks totally different to something that's not finished.
But I think that's such a good attitude to have in the fact that if you enjoy it,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter, does it? You know
Doesn't
what I mean?
matter, not at all.
As long as you're having fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 9 times out of 10,
practice.
you're your own worst critic anyway, aren't you?
We are our own worst critic, yeah, absolutely. And I would say definitely do it for fun. Don't put pressure on yourself. Like, don't think, oh, I've got my friend's wedding in a couple of weeks. I'm going to make her a wedding card and do something like this. Because you're just putting pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Just have fun with playing around with it. And then you can think, you know what, that's good enough to send to my friend. I'm going to do that as a wedding card. And use them afterwards once you've practiced. Take the pressure off of actually making them for someone. Just make them for you. Make them out of fun, enjoy. You haven't actually got to do nothing with them. I've got a huge box of stuff which I just put into, and I always think to myself, I'm going to go in that box and start making cards with them because I've got so many. You wouldn't believe how many backgrounds I have. And I need to start using them because they're just not used, because I do them, put them in a drawer, think, oh, I'll use those. Especially salt effect backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
I have so many, honestly, and I'm thinking now, like I'm talking about it, I'm thinking, why am I not using them? Because they look incredible and they'd be so good. So I need to, you just forget, that's the trouble. Something new comes out, you forget about the things that you've done before. So yeah, I need to get them. But anyone that's new to mixed media, give it a go. These sets are amazing because they do all the hard work for you, as in all the colours are picked for you. It gives you all the mediums that you need to use. You can see how that's really starting to come together. And if you lose definition here, I'm not going to worry today, but and it's only because of the sparkle. The shimmer in the inks, in the shimmer sprays. Just use your art liner pen, which will be perfect.
Yeah.
So let's just keep going with our leaves.
Keep forgetting you've masked the baubles, haven't you, of course?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and you can do as little or as much as you want with these. So I'm just going to be really quick doing these last ones. You can take a bit more time. You might have stamped a few more out, some more branches, but you do whatever you want to do with your stamps.
Yeah. And again, just to say that we've got the Showstopper collection details on the screen. You know, if you do, that's the best value for money because you get all of the extras, the goodie bag, worth £78.94 for £10 or $20. I'll recap on that in a bit, but it's the best value for money. If, however, you know, you just want to pick and choose, everything is still available for you individually. So it might be that you just want to pick the, you know, the tricolour aqua pen up or the brush pen. Maybe you're more into your sort of glitters, your glitter pastes. There's all of those options available for you individually. As I say, you know, if you do pick up the full collection, don't be overawed by it. Maybe just try, you know, try out the pens first of all, then have a play with the glitter pastes, then give the sprays a go. So no right or wrong way of using all of these, but you've got this fantastic Craft Along with Debbie to come back to, and you've also got the show, of course, with Sheena, which was the 7th of August. If you want to go back and watch that, so it would have been the first show on the 7th of August.
Amazing. Now, I'm going against the grain here, Ben, because I'm being really naughty. I'm using my, my alcohol marker.
Oh, yeah.
So because I'm only using a small amount and because I want those variety of colours in my baubles, I'm actually just using them. And because it's only a small amount, it's not going to affect my stamp too much because my stamp is for watercolours. So by putting a solvent-based pen on it, if you put too much on, it is going to sort of dilute that ink and spread it about. But because we're only using a small amount, I just want to show you how good these pens are as well. So literally, and that's all we're using them for, just to go in onto here, like so.
You're doing all right for time?
Yeah, we're doing good for time, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Do we want to have a little break and then let people finish off their baubles?
Yeah.
Why not? Finish off your baubles. Okay, let's stop there. The only next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the water reactive, which is well, it's water-based ink. It means it's great for your painting. So we're going to be using this, which is your frosted leaves, with some water, and then we're going to paint inside our baubles with that one.
Excellent. So a bit of an opportunity for you to catch up should you wish to do that. And of course, opportunity for you to check out your baskets as well. If you haven't yet got this collection, get it on its own, get the individuals, or indeed get that Showstopper collection with the goodie bag. That's the best value for money if budget stretches. We'll come back in about 4 minutes time with the conclusion of this amazing craft along. We'll see you in a mo.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to hobby maker. We pick samples to send to UVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along because there's always a softer side craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch, my favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like, lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes to the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
Welcome back, everybody. We are in the final sort of home straight of the Juniper Frost Showstopper. Maybe I'll recap on everything at the end of the show, but the Showstopper is the Showstopper is the option to go for if you want it all, plus that goodie bag worth 78 or 94 for £10 or $20. Right, we've got about 10 minutes left, Debbie.
Oh, right.
Very
Right,
lovely.
we're going to use our frosted leaves. Got some water and I've got my ink here. So we're literally going to paint onto here. So just going to go round. So the more sort of you pick up, the darker the ink will be. So the less water, the darker your ink.
Okay.
So, case of just going around and around your bauble.
Around and around your bauble.
And obviously you've got lots of colours to play with, so it really does depend on what colour you want them to be. That's why I put the different leaves, the foliage on them, different colours. You could actually, I never even thought about it before, but you could maybe use your silver pen.
Oh yes,
to
silver pen.
put the to do your baubles with.
Silver pen.
Is that silver pen? What is that? What are you singing? It's
Silver
obviously-
bells.
Oh, silver bells.
Silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city.
I don't think I've heard that.
Yeah, you have.
I don't think I have.
You have. I just sang it.
Well,
Do you have lots of ornaments and baubles on your tree at Christmas time?
yes, but they're all matching.
Ah.
I'm steaming up, can't see.
Oh.
Ben, you couldn't put the fan on for me, could you?
Oh, here we go. Up the ladder.
I know. It's such a pain that our fan is up in the air.
What colours do you? say a sentence, Ben. What colours do you have, or do you change them every year?
No, so my tree is predominantly white and silver.
Oh, okay. What is the tree actually white? You've got a white tree.
So now I've got to remember.
Oh.
Because we bought a new tree last year.
Oh, did you? You're branching
so all
out.
my decorations are white and silver, and
Yeah.
I think we've got a tree with white on its branches, but I also think we might have changed that last year and not got one with white on its branches,
Oh.
so I need to check on that one. Oh, that's better. So hot.
You're welcome.
Need to just pat my nose. Sorry, people. It is boiling in the studio.
It's a little bit warm.
Right. So we've got our baubles coloured. So let me just bring in a white to take those away. And then let's bring in that silver pen here, because we're going to actually, the little silver piece just underneath the bauble, because that's the bit, you know, that holds it onto. So we've got that on there. And then I'm just going to come in directly with my pen here and just colour directly our little berries. So I'm just doing them purple, like so. And don't worry if you are not getting the definition, because we're going to come back in with those and use the metallic marker.
Okay.
So we're just getting that colour on those branches. And again, I mean, you could put this onto your glass mat and paint with them, but because you've got that lovely brush nib, you might as well go directly to the actual berry. So again, onto these top ones, like so. And then we're going to come back in with our pen and just literally where you see those little black lines, you can just put a little, almost like a pip there, a little shade of light. That's just going to give it some contrast, like so. Now let's mat and lay this on. We're nearly done, Ben.
Oh, lovely.
So all we've got to do is to cut out our joy word.
You're going to time it out perfectly, like you always seem to do with the craft-alongs.
I don't know how.
Queen of the craft-alongs.
I do quite a lot of craft-alongs, so maybe that's, I'm pretty good at the timing of things. But that'll be famous last words now that I've said that. So we're going to pop our bit on here, which has got our lovely edge. And then I'm just going to make sure, yep, they look like they've dried. Turn that over. We're going to do exactly the same with this one. Now we're going over our gilding flakes, so you could maybe do with a bit of a wet glue to help embed that into the shine, but I think our tape pen is strong enough to take that. So when you place that on the side, like so, That will then give us that edge, and I'm going to turn that over and burnish it down rather than burnish on the top, because we don't want to take off any of our work. So just on the top there. So there's our card coming together beautifully.
Brilliant. It's
That's lovely.
looking brilliant.
Right, let's bring in those words. So we've got the Frosty, Joy, and is it Noel, I think? We've got
Noel,
on there
yeah.
as well. And I'm just going to use the Joy. There we go. And where's that bit? We had some scrap card, didn't we? Oh, I've got a bit here, we'll use that. All I'm going to do is see where I use this, because I'm going to, instead of colouring the word, I'm actually just going to go round here, like so, and I'm just going to colour that area in.
Oh, okay.
Like so. So you could colour the whole sentiment in, but I just find it quicker to go over like that. So you've got your silver, and then we can cut into that. And then I'm going to do the same as well. We're going to do exactly the same with our green pen, and I'm going to just go around that as well. And that's just going to make sure that that's coloured in as well. You could use your paintbrush just to wet that one down so you're not using so much. But all I want that one, in fact, I could have only just gone, I think I only went around the edges before, because you're only going to use that one to shadow, so it comes the same colour as the green that's round the edges here. So let's do one first, and take that one down, like so, and let's send that one through. So just pop that onto your board and run that through. You could, in fact, Ben, all these words will fit through your Gemini Mini.
Nice.
So
The Mini or
nice
MIDI?
little words. Yes, yeah. And nice little words to put on all your makes. So that's out. Oh, doesn't want to come. Oh, look, it hadn't dried fully. Look, being naughty.
Oh, wipe
It's
it.
fine. It's fine. Oh, it's not coming off. Not coming off.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Just turn it over, no one will notice that, there you go. And then we're going to just cut that one off, like so. Or you're just at home, hopefully you'll give that just that little bit more time.
Yeah, you won't be against the clock, will you?
But look at this, you get this, look at that.
Yeah.
So you've got that amazing sort of joy there. So we've got that on there.
That's a really cool way of doing it, isn't it? Like you've just shown us. Simple, but really effective.
Yeah, really simple to do. And then we're just gonna take the little bit out there, just that piece. And then we're gonna do the same here with the green. And this, I feel like, is all that's needed. I think we've really now just putting in a few sentiments like this, because it works really well on this card. So you can see, if we come to the overhead, we'll be able to see that joy doesn't stand out very much. But then when we bring in a matte and layer, so we're bringing in this shadow one, let's just take that one out. You've got then the same green, but when we place that over the top, you've just got that then giving that a bit more pop of colour.
Yeah.
So let's just use this one with our dots. I'm going to just use that piece of card as well. So we're going to put them all on the back. And I would say just let your colours dry. You'll get a much better result with them drying. And that is going to go over the top of our green one. So I'm going to go slightly down and to the right, slightly down and to the right. And then that will go, there we go, like that. And then I'm going to turn that over and just burnish that down, like so. And then again, use your dots to just go over the top. And then we can pop that onto our card. And how long have we got? Oh, perfect.
5.5
So
minutes.
we're going to just place that on there. And again, I'm going to turn that over and burnish that down.
Yeah.
And then the last thing we want to do, Ben, is we've got some glitter glue. So we're just going to give that a shake. I'm going to actually place that around. So I'm going to just put a little bit, and you need to just squeeze it till it comes out, and you get a little sort of globule of your glue. And we're just going to sort of put that around. You can put them wherever you want them to go. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to put some extras where, so I think I'm going to put one there. Let's have one up here. And these I'm going to actually use as for my sequins. So because it's glitter glue, it's still glue.
Yeah.
So I've just used those so we can then come in and just use our sequins to just pop them on the top. And that will hold them down really well. So I'm just going to place one up there. And it's a nice way of using sequins without using them in your shaker cards. And then we're going to have one down there. And then let them dry. They will dry so they're nice and clear. And if I turn them around, there we go. There is our card.
That is joyful.
And if I just bring in my other one here, you can see the sort of difference that you get. So less watery on this one.
It's same but different, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to get something different every single time you use them. But hopefully that's given you a few different techniques and what you can use this whole beautiful collection on.
Yes, love that. And as always, if you are going to do the craft along, maybe you've just done it with us, do post your pictures up on the socials so we can see your project. This is the full collection though, the Showstopper. So as you've seen there, I mean, Debbie using so many different elements from the collection, but you've got your tricolour aqua marker here with those 3 colours, tricolour alcohol marker there with the 3 colours. There's your metallic marker in the Quicksilver, and then you've got loads more here. So you've got your duet ink pad, that's that frosted leaves, evergreen in your shimmer ink pad. Across here, you've got your pearls, you've got this faceted gems, chunky glitter in the berry basket, and then that beautiful glitter paste in your woodland magic, shimmer sprays, dusk, and then also your soothing green sequins. You've got your glitter glue you've just seen, and then you've got your big pot, it is a big pot of glitter actually, and then also your verdigris gilding flakes. Love that colour, absolutely fab. Also, you're going to get all the stencils with the collection as well. So stencils for the ornaments. You've got your sprig and also your stars or snowflakes there. There's the dies. Okay, so you've got your Joy, which of course Debbie used. You've got your Noel, and you have got Frosty. All the stamps again. So this is called the Frosty Winter's Day with that juniper sprig in there, the holly. You've got the baubles in there, the ornaments, and then more sentiment. And then the embossing folder, that juniper branch. Again, if you want to go back and see that in action, you can watch the launch show from the 7th of August with Sheena. That's all the hardware and all of the goodies from the Juniper Frost collection. And if you go for the Showstopper for an extra £10 or $20 instead of an extra £78 or $94, you're going to get the pull bows. So you get 15 of those included, 5 different colours. You are also going to receive this 4-piece die set here to be able to make these fantastic Christmas baubles or ornaments. Then you've got your Village of Lights collection, so 5 dies there to be able to create that really cool scene in your projects. The festive banner, this is stamps and dies here, and what's lovely about that is you've got a nice big stamp to be able to colour, sentiments in there too, and then the dies, split dies there, so this stamp can basically be cut out fully as a topper, or indeed you can just cut it into the side of your project or the top of the project if you like. Then you're going to get this beautiful illustrated frame stamp. Really nice that for the fact that you've got that aperture there that you can cut into your cardstock, and then the stamps that you're going to get with it work really, really nicely in the fact that you can stamp those into the bits it cuts out to create that really cool effect with the rocking horse. And then last but by no means least, you've got your partridge in a pear tree 2D embossing folder from the 12 Days of Christmas collection. Like I said, that should be an extra £78 or $94 onto the total of the Showstopper, but it ain't. It's only an extra £10 or $20, thus giving you that platinum price of £80 or $120. That's the platinum price, of course. Debbie, thank you so much. And as we said, if anyone crafted along or is going to craft along, we want to see their efforts, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. Please post them, tag me and Ben, and see what you come up with. And I'd like to see your variations on it as well, because you'll do your own thing with them. So, but yeah, I've loved this one, Ben. I love a bit of mixed media. So get your hands messy.
Yes, thank you so much to Debbie. Don't forget as well, if you don't want to stretch the whole hog of going for that Showstopper, the collection is available on its own. And if you just want to dip your toe in the water and try out the individual elements, you can get those individually as well. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And until next time, bye for now.